How's it going? It's new bike day. Exciting day for me. So today we're taking a look at the Akez King Kong. So it's a dual battery, 1500 watt nominal, 2000 watt peak rear hub electric bike. So it's kind of similar to the Super 73, but like half the price. But we'll get into the specs later when we take our ride. This is what it comes with out of the box. So you got two batteries, you got your headlights, you got two 3-amp chargers, you got a little license plate thing, I won't be using that. Some tools. They threw in a free chain here, like bike lock, which is pretty cool. And you got your front fender and your front tire. I don't like doing unboxing because it's boring. So I'm gonna throw this together really quick. I won't bore you with that either, and we'll get right into the ride. All right, so she's all put together. So I ran down the battery just slightly, and I did a top speed run in that first attempt of the video, and I got 30 miles an hour, was the fastest I got. The free spin speed was 33 miles an hour. You know, I'm 275 though, so if you're lighter than me, you'll probably get a lot faster than that. But typically I was hitting 27, 28 miles an hour, which is just fine for this type of bike, because it's exactly what it's supposed to do, 28, 30 miles an hour, something like that. So it's got dual batteries, so the top one is 22.5 and the bottom one is 18.5 for a total of 41 amp hours at 48 volts. That's actually pretty damn good for a bike like this at only 1500 watt motor, so it's gonna last forever. I mean, I'll get at least 30 miles out of it, just throttle only. I'm thinking I'll do another range video though, probably in a couple weeks. I got a bunch of other videos I have to make for some other scooters and whatnot. You know, the acceleration is actually more torquey than I thought it was going to be. I thought for my weight it was going to take forever to get up to speed, but no, it gets up to speed pretty good, and it takes off pretty good too, so pretty surprised by that. This bike competes with like the Super 73. I mean, I think you get more for less out of this bike, because you get that 41 amp hours worth of battery, which is a lot, and you get the 1500 watt motor. That's nominal, so it's 2000 peak, so that's pretty damn good. What's cool is it's got the pedals on here. You know, it's pretty limited to right around where the speed limit is for these type of things in most states, you know, which is like 28 miles an hour. You're going to max out at like 30 to 33 depending on your weight. I think overall the styling is really cool. I think this is probably the coolest looking bike that I've had. I like the cafe racer style. You know, I like these screw accents right here. They don't do anything but just for looks, but it looks pretty cool. You know, I like the way the dual batteries look. You know, I like how the headlight and the turn signals look. The big old fat 4-inch tires on the 20-inch wheels look pretty cool. You know, it's got like a 7-speed Shimano gear shift doohickey. I don't even know what brand. Yeah, Shimano derailleur too. I got the 7-speed, which I'm never going to use. I'm always just going to use the throttle. What I really like is it's got a full throttle, not a half throttle, no thumb throttle, which is really cool. I like that a lot about this bike. It's got dual piston hydraulic disc brakes, so that's good to have. It's kind of an upgraded feature for a bike in this price range to have hydraulic brakes and not the cable brakes. Yeah, you get so much for your money with this thing for $16.99. Jeez, you just can't beat that for this bike. You get full suspension, preload, and compression right here on the forks, and then so you get full suspension with adjustability. You get the big old fat comfortable 4-inch tires, 1500 watt 2000 watt peak motor. You get the hydraulic brakes, dual batteries, twist throttle. You get the headlight with the turn signals. There's no turn signals in the rear, but it does have a brake light. So it has running lights and a brake light, you know, for safety. You know, for what it is, I really can't find a whole lot of flaws. Let's see here. I went over the brakes. The rotors are a little small, but the brakes actually feel really good. Riding, they have plenty of stopping power for me at my weight, so it's going to be good pretty much for everyone. Let's see, went over the brakes. Let's go over to the display a little bit. I mean, it's pretty simple. You have the energy bar on top. You got your speed, and then you have your pedal assist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 0. I think at 0 the throttle cuts off too. There's just nothing. And then these power modes are only related to the pedal assist, so even if you're in PS1, you still get full power by throttle. So you always have the full power on tap with the throttle. So yeah, and then you have the autometer. One of the things that kind of threw me for a loop was well, let's get right in here and we'll talk about it. So one of the things that kind of threw me for a loop was it was stuck at 15 miles an hour, and I was like, what the hell? And I went into the settings to check what the top speed was, and it was set at like 100 kilometers an hour, so that wasn't it. Apparently there's another speed limiter built into this bike that you have to unlock when you get it. I think they do it because I guess some states or countries or whatever have a 15 mile an hour speed limit for these things. So all you do is you just make sure that you turn the display off by holding M. The display turns off, you pull down the brake and hold it down and turn the display back on, and then continue to hold the brake for 20 seconds, count slow, and then that unlocks that speed limiter, and then you're good to go. You never have to do it again. Yeah, I like having turn signals on this bike to let people know what you're doing. It just adds a safety feature here. Really like the style of it too. It's really cool looking. I think this thing gets more head turners than any other bike I've had too. People check it out. You know, it's super relaxed ride. And for the money, I mean, yeah, like compared to like a Super 73, which is in the same class, you're paying like $3,400 for that. It's like double the price. And I think you're actually getting more battery capacity out of this. You're still getting the 1500 watt rear hub motor with 2000 peak power, you know. Like I said, that's plenty. What else do you need? I'm really happy with the brakes. The stopping power is really good. The handling is actually surprisingly good too. It's very confidence inspiring. I feel really comfortable just leaning right over in the turns and stuff like that. It's just a fun little machine. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Just kind of a first ride. Hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.